The Antwerp Diamond Heist, which took place in February 2003, is regarded as one of the largest and most remarkable robberies in modern history. It was not just a simple heist, but a daring, expertly executed crime that involved the theft of more than $1 billion worth of diamonds, gold, and other precious gems from one of the most secure vaults in the world. Even though the crime was carried out in a highly sophisticated manner, the perpetrators were able to get away with it, leaving behind a trail of mystery that continues to intrigue people to this day. Antwerp, a city in Belgium, has long been known as the global hub for the diamond trade. It is home to the Antwerp Diamond Center, ADC, which is one of the largest diamond exchanges in the world. More than 80% of the world's rough diamonds pass through Antwerp, and the city boasts a massive network of dealers, traders, and jewelers. Within the Antwerp Diamond Center is the Antwerp Diamond Vault, which housed some of the most precious diamonds and jewels. At the time of the robbery, the vault was believed to be impenetrable. With its high-tech security systems, reinforced walls, and a constant surveillance system, the vault was a symbol of security for diamond traders. It was a place where wealthy individuals and businesses stored their valuable diamonds, knowing they were safe from any potential threats. The Antwerp Diamond Center was considered a fortress. The vault, in particular, was regarded as one of the safest locations in the world to store precious goods. It was guarded by state-of-the-art systems, including motion sensors, 24/7 video surveillance, and electronic locks. The idea that anyone could get through these measures and successfully steal from the vault seemed like a pipe dream. But, as it turns out, for a highly organized group of criminals, this fortress was only a challenge to be overcome. The Antwerp Diamond Heist was not the work of amateurs. The group of criminals behind the heist were highly skilled, professional thieves with a deep understanding of both the diamond trade and high-security systems. At the heart of the operation was Leonardo Notarbartolo, an Italian mastermind with a background in organized crime. Notarbartolo, who was believed to be the leader of the gang, had previous experience with high-profile robberies and had been involved in the Italian mafia. Notarbartolo, along with his team, meticulously planned the robbery for months. They gathered intelligence about the vault's security system, its weaknesses, and the routines of the building's employees. The criminals even recruited insiders, individuals who worked at the Diamond Center and who could help them navigate the complex security systems. These insiders provided crucial information, such as the timing of the vault's security checks and the behavior of the guards. The heist was carefully orchestrated, with the criminals creating a plan that was as much about stealth and knowledge as it was about skill. They needed to understand the vault's layout, the inner workings of the security system, and the patterns of the people who worked in the building. The preparation for the Antwerp Diamond Heist took several months. The criminals spent time observing the Antwerp Diamond Center and its surroundings. They learned everything there was to know about the building and its security systems. They monitored the schedules of employees and looked for any gaps or lapses in security. The team also made sure they knew the locations of all the security cameras and alarms, and they studied the electronics used to lock and unlock the vault doors. The thieves didn't just rely on luck. They prepared for every possible scenario. They carefully tested their equipment, learned how to disable the security systems, and even acquired the necessary tools to bypass the vault's high-tech locks. The criminals knew that the vault was equipped with electronic locks, reinforced steel doors, and motion detectors. But they were undeterred. They were well aware that to steal from this fortress, they would need to disable all of these systems. The criminals also learned that the vault was only checked periodically, and the building itself was less active on weekends. This would be the perfect time to strike. The timing of the robbery was critical. The thieves chose February 15, 2003, as the day of the heist, a Saturday, when the vault would be less likely to be monitored and the center would be relatively quiet. The criminals launched their attack on the Antwerp Diamond Center during the night of February 15, 2003. The operation unfolded with military precision. They disabled the alarm system and cut off the surveillance cameras, leaving no video footage of their actions. This was the first major obstacle they overcame. Without the cameras, there would be no visual evidence of the robbery. The thieves then proceeded to break into the vault. Using sophisticated tools, they bypassed the security locks that were believed to be invulnerable. They knew exactly where to look and how to access the diamonds and other valuable items hidden in the vault. The robbers took great care to avoid triggering any motion detectors and to remain undetected. They also made sure to leave no fingerprints or DNA evidence behind. Once inside the vault, the criminals stole an estimated $1 billion worth of diamonds, gold, and other precious gems. They took jewelry and rough diamonds, including stones of enormous value. The criminals knew exactly what they were after, and they were in and out of the vault in a matter of hours. By the time the heist was over, they had successfully emptied the vault without anyone noticing. The thieves didn't rush or act in panic. They were methodical and patient, taking only what they needed and leaving behind no trace of their identity. The operation was so clean that, at first, no one suspected a robbery had taken place. It wasn't until the following Monday, when employees arrived at the Diamond Center, that anyone realized something was terribly wrong. When the employees arrived at the Antwerp Diamond Center on February 18, 2003, they found the vault doors wide open. The contents of the vault, which had been securely locked just a few days earlier, were now gone. The missing diamonds, gold, and jewels were worth more than $1 billion, making it one of the largest heists in history. At first, the staff thought it might have been a simple mistake or misunderstanding. Perhaps someone had left the vault open, or there had been a security glitch. But after investigating further, it became clear that the vault had been expertly robbed. The authorities were immediately called, and the Belgian police launched a full-scale investigation. What they found was astounding. There were no signs of forced entry, and the security system appeared to have been disabled perfectly. The thieves had used such precision that they had evaded the most advanced security measures available. The case quickly became an international scandal, and law enforcement agencies around the world began searching for the criminals. The investigation into the Antwerp Diamond Heist proved to be far more difficult than anyone had expected. The criminals had covered their tracks so well that there was no obvious evidence to point to their identities. The only real lead the authorities had was the fact that the heist had been incredibly well planned. Whoever was behind the robbery had inside knowledge of the building's security systems, which meant that the criminals must have had help from someone who worked in the Diamond Center. After years of investigation, the authorities were finally able to make some progress. They arrested Leonardo Notarbartolo, the suspected mastermind behind the heist. Notarbartolo had a criminal background and was known to be involved in organized crime. He had been the leader of the group that carried out the heist and had meticulously planned the entire operation. Notarbartolo was convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison for his role in the heist, but much of the stolen loot was never recovered. The Belgian police and international authorities followed multiple leads, but the diamonds and gold had been sold on the black market, and some of the criminals had managed to escape the authorities' grasp. The Antwerp Diamond Heist remains one of the most shocking crimes in modern history, and its impact is still felt today. The heist exposed vulnerabilities in the security systems that were thought to be impenetrable. The criminals were able to bypass state-of-the-art alarms, surveillance cameras, and vault locks, making it clear that no system is truly foolproof. Additionally, the heist shed light on the darker side of the diamond trade. Even though the authorities managed to catch some of the criminals, the stolen goods were sold in underground markets, raising questions about the transparency of the diamond industry. The Antwerp Diamond Heist was a criminal operation that took years of planning, careful execution, and an intimate knowledge of the Antwerp Diamond Center's security. It remains one of the largest and most sophisticated robberies ever committed. While some of the criminals were caught, much of the loot was never recovered, and the mystery surrounding the heist persists to this day. In the end, the Antwerp Diamond Heist is a reminder of the lengths to which criminals will go to exploit vulnerabilities in even the most secure systems, and it serves as a cautionary tale about the power of careful planning and inside information.